We used to get our sweeties from the sweet shop.
Jill has nothing but fond memories of the place where she used to play with her brother David when they were children. But now there's just a plaque in the ground and an oak tree to remember him, planted outside the flat where he was found dead. This man served his country in the army, was part of a close-knit family, nursed his mother through dementia. He suffered diabetes, but had his benefits stopped when he missed an appointment with his assessors. With his electricity cut off, he had no money to keep his insulin cold in the fridge. He was found dead with a pile of CVs next to his body and about $5 to his name.
Had nothing. The autopsy says there was nothing in his stomach. There was no food in his stomach.
The system of getting disabled people to work was introduced by the former Labour government and extended by the current Conservative one. Joyce used to do the assessments. At her home in Glasgow, she described a points system which forced her to pass people fit for work who she, a trained nurse, thought were not. Like the case of a woman who had lost her son and had then been raped on a cruise trip.
I always tried to find the points, but the fact that this woman was able to walk, talk, go on a cruise, it all went against her.
Some of the cases to emerge from this system are absolutely shocking. Mark Wood was a talented artist, but he suffered severe mental illnesses, which for years doctors had said meant he could not hold down a job. But the assessors thought otherwise and stopped his money. Terrified of leaving his house, he starved to death at home.
Do you think that government policies towards austerity and killing people off benefits ended up killing your brother?
Completely, of course they did. And if I was being very cynical, I'd say it's semi-deliberate. They will know in their hearts that the harshness of how they're applying the rules and not taking into account mental health issues, and they've been told about this repeatedly.
Mark Wood lived here in this pretty little place. It's in the parliamentary constituency of the Prime Minister, David Cameron. The British government insists that there is no proof of disabled people dying as a direct result of having been declared fit for work and taken off disability benefits. Equally, it is unarguable that disabled people who have been taken off disability benefits and declared fit for work have died shortly afterwards, all of which has now piqued the interest of human rights workers at the United Nations. The demand for the United Nations to investigate this came from a small group of volunteers working for disabled rights. They argue that if the government doesn't want to find out the impact of its own policies, then maybe the UN will.
We had a response from the government and they just come out always with the same kind of things. You know, work is good for people and therefore we are trying. I mean, they don't address the real issue that the system is harming people and I would say sometimes it's killing people.
Separately, Jill Thompson has launched a petition calling for an independent inquiry into whether government policies have killed the disabled in the name of austerity. She's also busy laying flowers on her brother's grave. Laurence Lee, Al Jazeera.